ministries, departments, and agencies, and agreeing on interventions that accelerate digital government services. Let me warmly thank my senior and my mentor, Dr. Engineer Tumaini. I just joined government not more than a year and a half ago. But I said it from the onset. I could see it in his eyes. I could feel it when he speaks. I could smell it when he acts. That he means well for this country, and he could not have been given any other state department than the one he has. Simply because you are the enablers of better, Vision 2030, and you are the ones fueling our road to Singapore. As an academic myself, I've been to this institution before. The first time I came here was in the Open University. I'd come to appear before a panel for the interview of a professor, only to be told that it was an in-house. The second time was when the engineer invited us here for the PS's meeting. That time, I didn't see just as much as I have seen this time. This is my third visit. I can assure you, Singapore is no longer a dream. We already are in Singapore. Let me also appreciate my twin, P.S. Stephen Isagoke, for your presence and your words of wisdom. I cannot fail to mention the ICT authority, ICTA. ICTA, thank you. Many times, yes, that system fails. There's a switch, and today I'll have to know the name of that switch so that I can keep it in my pocket. You have been very helpful. Konza Technopolis Development Authority. When we had Konza, we said, oh, here, Kenya, you come. It's real. Thank you so much. Christ, Professor Hamasi, you know they say, when women lead, incredible things happen. Haven't you seen incredible things here? In absentia, please also thank the Open University of Kenya for truly embracing technology and running with it. All ICT professionals represented here and far beyond, I am truly honored to share this afternoon with you. Let me say very few things. I am here not as an ICT expert. I am here because you all belong to me. And because you all belong to me, then I will switch gear to speak about leadership, competencies. I am registered in my village, a small village known as Elododo, Ekaimosi, Wani. I receive a message when the fertilizer drops. Is that not ICT at work? It is. Digital transformation is not about replacing paper cues with digital cues. It's about building the bridge between government and the citizen so that services move faster, connect seamlessly, and reach every Kenyan with dignity. Digital transformation is therefore not merely an ICT project. It is public service reform, organizational change, human capital development, and a renewed promise between government and the citizens. Now, I said I'll speak about service delivery. Picture a young Kenyan who submits information online, travels to an office, repeats the same information on paper, and is then told that, sorry, the system is down. The citizen does not care whether the difficulty is the hardware, software, procurement, connectivity, or integration. They see one government and expect one coherent service. In very few minutes, to speak to you about leadership in public service. Leadership in what you do as an ICT practitioner. Leadership within what you do in that space. Lead with purpose. Begin with the citizen's problem, not the technology features. Before approving any platform, ask whom it serves, which difficulty it removes, how it connects with existing systems, and what measurable public value it will produce. The second leadership skill I would wish to share with you today: invest in people. As an ICT expert, invest in the citizens. Because no government becomes digitally mature merely by purchasing modern equipment. It is what you do with that equipment. You've already been told, and let me not repeat so that it becomes a broken record, that it's how you communicate. And in a second, just allow me to give this colloquial example I've been giving to my citizens back in Letu. Somebody says the dollar is steady. What does it have to do with my auntie in the village? What does it have to do with my grandfather in the village? It has everything to do with them. Number one, the price of salt has been 30 shillings for the longest. Why? Because the dollar is steady. A kilogram of maize has been 200 shillings for the longest. Simply because the dollar has been steady. I gave that example in the village, and the women started giving me examples. And you know the matchbox, the whole box, the small box, it has been 30 shillings for the longest. And another one tells me, do you know a kg of salt has never gone beyond 110? Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. You know what it is. Communicate what it is in a manner that will make sense to everybody. When I speak about SHA in the villages, I may not even use the figures of 7 million versus 31 million. You simply tell them, the president wants to bring love at home. No man retired or working wants to come home to a mama who's complaining about a bucket every day. He's going to go to the nearest market and look for the one who does not complain about the bucket. But SHA is here for you at only 600 shillings. Wait on me. See how many will visit the Huduma Center. And you tell them it is immediate. You don't have to go to Kisumu. Go to the nearest Huduma Center. Everybody wants love at home. Another skill I wish to leave you with today is just breaking down the silos. Breaking down the silos. We must move from disconnected islands of excellence to a hollow government approach. We must reduce duplication, design reusable components, adopt common standards, and ensure that citizens provide the same verified information once, securely and lawfully. Let me give you the fourth one before I move to the fifth one, and I finalize my engagement with you this afternoon. Build and preserve trust. Simple as that. Every new digital service expands an opportunity to you, but it may also expand exposure to cyber attack, misuse, exclusion, or loss of privacy. I'm dealing with issues now with the payroll in this country, simply because we have failed to build trust. It is your finger and what you do with that finger on the dick. We must innovate boldly, but never carelessly. It's that one button that you press as an ICT expert that will either destroy Kenya or build Kenya forever. And that is why I speak about innovation without trust will be rejected, while trusted innovation can transform a nation. My last leadership pillar that I wish: digital expenditure must produce visible public value. Whatever you do, whatever you set your mind to achieve, the innovations within your digital spaces should be measurable. I will quickly move to the final one, which for me, as your PS public service, I have to give you as your take home. My direct words to you as my ICT professionals, colleagues: your work is often noticed, mostly when something stops. While 1,000 successful transactions pass quietly without an applause, just know that you are the enablers to the better Vision 2030, and you are the ones who hold the blueprint to Singapore. So never despair, but surge on. Today I want to say clearly that your work matters, your expertise matters, and Kenya's ambition to build a high-performing public service cannot be realized without you. You are the ones to drop us off at the gates of Singapore. Do not allow yourselves to be confined to troubleshooting. Claim your rightful place as strategic advisors who understand both technology and the mission of government. Speak the language of outcomes. When engaging accounting, explain not only what a system costs, but also explain what delay, duplication, insecurity, and poor integration are already costing the public. My colleagues in the world of ICT, within the mainstream government, as your peers for public service, hear me when I say, be courageous enough to challenge poorly designed projects, but constructive enough to offer practical alternatives. Be generous with your knowledge, because institutions become vulnerable when vital expertise is held by one person, one consultant, or one supply. How do we move from here? Continue learning, experimenting, and imagining, because the tools we shall depend on upon 5 years from now may not yet exist today. By the end of this forum, as we come to closure, I challenge every ministry, department, and agency in the room to leave with some commitments. Among them is simplify one service that causes delays, queues, or unnecessary travel. Fix one gap, preventing government systems from sharing information smoothly. Address one major vulnerability that could disrupt services or expose the data. Strengthen one essential skill, such as cybersecurity, AI, or data analysis. Colleagues, track one result citizens can feel, such as faster service or fewer visits. So let us assign owners, deadlines, and review mechanisms, because consultations become transformation only when decisions acquire names, dates, and accountability. As I conclude, remember that when history assesses this generation, we will not be. As I conclude, remember that when history assesses this generation, we will not be remembered for the servers purchased or the workshops attended like today. We will be remembered for the queues we shortened as ICT experts, the days saved, the opportunities opened, and the trust restored. So I leave you with one final question. Will we merely computerize yesterday's bureaucracies, or we will design a public service worthy of Kenya's tomorrow? Let us choose courage over comfort, collaboration over silos, learning over complacency, and service over systems for their own sake. May God grant us the wisdom to build a government that is digital by design, human at heart, secure by default, and accountable by results. Thank you. May God bless you, bless our public service, and bless the Republic of Kenya.